Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM and welcome back to Etruria. I do hope you're all doing very well and having a brilliant day. So we're moments after the last episode ended. It's 11:45 and almost midday, 1st of May. We've got a little bit to crack on with in today's episode for this in-game month. The one thing we do have to focus on is getting the second of our grass fields cut. In the last episode we dealt with field 4, just on the hill there. We got 231,000 litres of presently grass. Of course that's good. We wrapped it up with the baler and the wrapper, and that's going to be turned to silage. It's currently fermenting away just in front of us there in our bale and pallet storage system that we've got here on the farm. And that's going to be turned to cash at some point when it's done, but we're going to be adding to that with what we can get out of field 2. Now we're doing that, of course. We do have animals. The sheep, sorry, do need grass, but we have got tons of the stuff, so I can afford for this cut at least, and potentially another cut into the future as well. That's why we can afford to have this go for silage and potentially go for some a little bit of an income. But very quickly, before we do crack on with that, the first thing I want to do is very quickly plug the tickets for the Farming Simulator Community Meetup taking place in January in 2026. So Wednesday 14th of January between 6 and 10 PM after the Llama agricultural show at the NEC in Birmingham. There's a lot of Farm Sim creators getting together at the Arden Hotel and Leisure Club there to have a bit of a community meetup. Now, it's a brilliant thing. I've plugged this a couple of times in a few of my recent videos, and if any of you are in the mind of going to the NEC on the 14th or the 15th, or, well, in this case, the 14th, I suppose, because the community meetup is in the evening of the 14th. But yeah, if you are thinking of going to Llama, I highly recommend it, because getting together with all us lot, it's a great time. It really is. We've got some it's got some pretty big names going down there. I believe FSG's going, Farm Sim Guy. There's DJ Goham. We've got Farmer Cop, Mr. Sealy P, Virtual Farmer. Yep, Farm Sim Guy. But it's a great event. There's the tickets are a tenner, and they come with dinner and some raffles and a free T-shirt. And you get to rub shoulders with a few of your favourite Farm Sim creators. Like I say, it's a great night. It's about 4 hours long. There is a bar there, so you will be able to buy yourself some booze and a drink if that's what you're looking at as well. But yeah, tickets are a tenner. I believe there are still a few available, hence why I'm doing this now. So yeah, if any of you are interested, the link to purchase the tickets will be in the video description below. So there we go. Look forward to seeing you there if you are thinking of going. Now mentioning the grass fields very quickly as well. It was mentioned to me a wee while ago now, several weeks ago, that this particular map and precision farming don't necessarily work too well together. Now, whether this is a result of that, I don't know. But obviously, having cut the grass in the last episode, we've still got a good level of nitrogen and pH and lime in this field. Yes, the nitrogen isn't great. It's okay. It's good in patches. It's okay in patches. The pH value is good. It's not perfect. It's not bang on. But it's still good. So it means I am going to, I say run the risk, but I'm not going to add any more nitrogen or lime to this field while we let it go into the next month to and achieve its next growth. So I'm just going to let it be and see how it goes. And I believe this potentially could be one of these factors involving this map and precision farming not necessarily working too well together. But hey ho, for the purposes of this, I'm going to take advantage of it. But like I said before, in this in-game month in May, once we've got this grass field cut and baled up and all that kind of stuff, there's not really too much for me to do apart from consider moving into June. There are a handful of contracts, but none of them are paying a huge amount of money, and I don't really tend to be bothered about taking on contracts that don't pay, you know, a decent amount of money. So I think that's what I'm going to do. The animals are fed, they're fine, the pigs are fine, the sheep are fine. So yeah, like I said, I think we're going to sort out this field. I'm going to get the grass cut and then get it all baled up and all that kind of stuff, get everything loaded up and stowed away into the shed over there, get it fermenting. Possibly it might be fermented come June, I'm not too sure. Because we've only got a 2-day, I think it's a 2-day month. Let me just remind myself where I'm up to with that. Settings, where am I? Game settings. Yeah, 2-day months we've got it set to here. So yeah, they might be fermented, I'm not too sure. But if they are, that's great. We'll be able to get a bit more money into the bank. Financially, of course, we're not doing too bad, 170,000 euros at the minute. But yeah, we'll be able to claw in possibly in the region of maybe about 30-35 grand perhaps when we've got all of this wrapped and fermented. And then it'll be time to move into June, where I believe, again, consulting the map PDA very quickly, if we go to our growth menu, field 42 here, and it's just catching itself up. I hate it when it does that. Loading map. It was fine 2 minutes ago before I hit record. There we go. So field 42, our barley. This looks very much like it's at its last growth stage before ready to harvest. So come June, this will be ready to go. Now this is going to be going towards the grain side of the pig food. We do have a few litres of wheat in there, 21,163 currently in the silo. But yeah, we'll be getting all that into the silo. That's all going to go to towards the pig food, so that's great. We've got a field of wheat there, that's cash. Soybeans here as well, and we've also got some canola and some sorghum as well down here in fields 49 and 50. They're a little bit of time away. The canola's following shortly behind the barley there, and then we've got, like I say, the sorghum there, and then the wheat and the soybeans again bringing up the rear, as it were. So plenty to do moving into the future, but for now, I think, like I say, we're going to crack on with this grass work, get all this lot baled, mowed, rowed and baled up and all that kind of stuff. I'll throw a bit of music behind it, and I'll see you soon. There we are, job done. Not done too bad off of that. We got 24 bales off of the field, 5,500 litres a bale, has given us an extra 132,000 litres of presently wrapped grass. So let's load them up into the storage there. There we go. That'll do. Let's turn that off. So yeah, that's given us 132,000 litres of extra soon-to-be silage, bringing the grand total to 363,000 litres that we have wrapped up in bale form there, fermenting away. So that should hopefully translate to around about 40 to 43,000 euros in the bank when we go to sell that. So that's great. So yeah, looking forward to that. But like I said before, we're in May now. There's very little to do now on our farms. There's a couple of things I could do, but I'm thinking I'd like to progress forward a little bit of time now and hopefully get into a bit of a harvest with the barley. Now, touching on a subject I mentioned before, just regarding the precision farming and the state of the grass fields. Now, like I showed you, if I go to the precision farming menu, so field 41 here that has had the same work done to it. It's been cut and mowed and all that kind of stuff, baled up. The nitrogen levels, as you can see there, are relatively okay, whereas the nitrogen levels in field 2 here are, you know, non-existent essentially. It needs, you know, a coat of nitrogen, as it were. So it's a bit weird how, I think, yeah, it's definitely precision farming, I believe, that's causing a little bit of an issue with this map. So yeah, this does need a little bit of work in it. The nitrogen, as you can see there, is bad. The lime pH value is all right. So yeah, we'll just leave that be for now. We'll deal with that a little bit into the future. Like I say, I would like to now crack on, fast forward time a little bit, get into June, and possibly pull some barley out of the ground. But I just wanted to touch base also, before I do, just on where we're going to go with this series. Now, not the series, sorry, the series Farming Europe is like an umbrella title for for me having the capacity to jump between maps. That was the whole idea of doing it, so I don't have to have endless series on different maps. So what I'm thinking of doing with this one, obviously, the whole concept of the Farming Europe series, if any of you weren't aware, was for me to be able to enjoy a European map as it's released, play a bit of Farm Sim on here, just do a bit and enjoy it for a bit. And I think I'm getting to the point now where I feel I need to potentially give this one a bit of a knock in the head and move forward. Now, I don't just want to end the series like I have done in the past back on 22. I know I was quite guilty of doing this, and I have seen other content creators do it as well. I'm not on my own there, where series just come to an end abruptly and there's not necessarily an explanation. It just ends and then something else starts. Now, I don't want to do that. I've told myself vigorously, especially when Farm Sim 25 came out and my channel started to get a few a bit of growth behind it, I suppose, in that I wanted to make sure that if I did bring any kind of a series to an end, I wanted to bring it to an end properly and at least announce it and talk about it, even if it is just for a few minutes. So yeah, so what I think I'm going to do with this, I want to make sure that I get done everything that I've wanted to get done. So we started this series, obviously we had the fields that we were given at the start of the series. We've worked with those, we've planted our own crops, we've got the animals, we've got the sheep and the pigs, and the focus has primarily been, from the arable side of the fields anyway, to focus on stocking up with pig food and making sure we've got enough grass for the sheep. Now, we've got plenty of grass for the sheep, they're fine for a long time into the future, essentially. The pigs, obviously, we've got now everything is in the ground that's going to deal with the pigs moving forward. So, with that in mind, I think where I'm going to go is we'll get all the crops that we've planted out the ground into the silo, make sure the pigs are topped up and stocked up for a decent amount of time into the future, get the cash crops out the ground. Obviously I'm going to get dealing with the apples, get them out and see what kind of a financial benefit they can be, see how good they are when it comes to the money side of things. Have a bit of a run with the new vineyard tractor, of course, with our apple harvester. I'm a bit daunted by it, if I'm honest, regarding the apples. Not what's going to happen with them, but it's the usage of this particular Swan vehicle. Now, I've just putting it in here, I'll show it you now very quickly before we crack on, but it's a little bit awkward. Now, obviously, it is limited to being used by a vineyard tractor, but it's a bit difficult to move around. So, if I just pull out of here now, as you can see, it's got a back wheel on the ground there, but it's a little bit, you see now, I'm trying to turn. I hope it doesn't cause me problems when it comes to harvest time. If I unfold the harvester there, all that does is it pulls the harvesting side of things out there. But because it doesn't seem to like not flat ground very much, I'm just a bit daunted that because our vineyard, our apple vines are on a hill, it's potentially going to be a little bit funny. It seems to be working all right now, I suppose. But when I moved it around before, when I first bought it a couple of episodes ago, just moving it into the shed here. Now, I know this shed has a little bit of a ramp going into it. I appreciate that. Do you know what? After saying all that, I'm just doing it now, and it seems to be working relatively fine, but it's just a little bit weird with that wheel. You can't lift it up. It's just got that dolly trolley wheel at the back there. There you go, there you go. There's a little bit of an example. That's me, full left hand down, trying to move it about. So it's a bit of a funny thing. There you go. It's just a bit skittish on its back wheel there. So yeah, but apart from that, I'm looking forward to it. It's yeah, I just hope that that little characteristic of it doesn't get in my way too much, as it were. Anyway, it's neither here nor there, I suppose. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Right, so anyway, we need to crack on. Like I say, we're going to I'm just going to hurriedly get myself through May. We're going to pick up in June, where hopefully the barley will be ready to go, and we can make a start on pulling that out of the ground, getting it into the silo, and loading up that side of the pig food. So, I'll see you very soon. Morning all, it is a beautiful day, perfect for the first harvest of the year, this it really is. So firstly, what I want to do is just go and have a very quick look and see where we're up to with the fermenting of the bales. So let's just squeeze around the side here. I'll just bring one of them up. Grass, one, yep, just pop that out here. Let's have a quick look and see where we're up to. 63%, right, okay. Bear with me here, ladies and gentlemen. Just going to do a quick super strength. I've had my porridge this morning. There we are. Nice. Right, so let's go check on the field. Let's have a look at the grass here. We should see a little bit more growth now after the cut. Yeah, there we go. That's all good. Nitrogen good, pH good, expected yield 120% in that patch there. Little tiny patch, 118, 84, 85. Well, it is what it is. Now, regarding that, of course, I'm not going to do any more work in this field. The other field, though, that is, like we just had a look up before, the pH values are fine. If we have a look there, where are we? There we are. So, the pH values are fine in field 2, but the nitrogen levels are right rock bottom. But we do now we've progressed into June, we've got a reasonable amount of manure and slurry on the farm. If we go and have a quick check in time-saving stock check, we have got 20,497 litres of manure, and we've got 40,307 litres of slurry. So that's great. I don't actually have a slurry spreader or a slurry tanker, so I will have to lease one of those. But I think that field is small enough that I should be able to make good use of that free fertiliser to sort that field out. But yeah, so that's something to consider for the near future. But here we are, the first of our very own crops that we have dealt with ourselves straight from the field. We've obviously prepped the field, we've drilled. These are our crops that we've drilled, so that's great. Expected yield 89%, but everything's good. It is what it is, ready to harvest. And the weather is bang on today. 21 degrees, we've got the sun for a good few hours, a little bit of cloud later in the day, and then the sun comes out again. So yeah, it's a really good day, this one, for getting the crops out of the ground, make a start on it anyway. So, all good. So we shall, I'm going to stick with the Fendt this time. I know I haven't actually used the Fiat for a couple of episodes now. I know it's that thing where you get a new machine and you just want to carry on using it all the time. But the Fendt, obviously, with it being a bigger frame tractor and it having a little bit more power, it will help to move the trailer around when it's fully laden with grain, because as awesome as the little Fiat is, it does struggle pulling the trailer up hills. It does kind of wheeze a bit. But yeah, so that's all good. So we're going to be sticking with the Fendt. But it's been a while since we've jumped in this thing. I think the mud that's on this is still from the previous harvest. That shows my lack of vehicle maintenance down here on the farm, doesn't it? But let's jump out of cab mode very quickly. Now, we don't have to travel very far, but I still need to... I'm going to see if I can hitch up the header here in the yard and just gently make my way around to the field. We haven't got far to go, so I don't need to worry about moving around with the header trailer or anything. So, I think... where's going to be best to put this thing? Do you know what? We'll just... actually, do you know what? I don't want it to be in the way while auto drive's doing its thing, so... let me think about this. I'll just stick it down here. Out of the way, I think. There we go. Careful I don't smash into the telegraph pole. Yeah, we'll stick that down there. That's as good a place as any. It's not in the way there. Right, so I shall get everything sorted out here. Get this header hooked up. Get the Fendt and the trailer hooked up. And I'll pick you up at the field in a few moments' time. Nice, there we go. Not far to travel, obviously, with that. Let's turn that on. We've got the straw swath enabled, of course, because we'll be getting some straw off of this. There we go, our first crops getting fed into the harvester. So, I'm going to crack on with this. I know these fields are quite tight up to these trees. Yeah, there we go. We're going to bump into them a little bit, aren't we? The field edge does run right up close to these trees, but it's all good. We'll sort it. We'll sort it. So, let's crack on. Stick a bit of music behind this job. I'll see you in a bit. Right, well, not long to go now. Only a few up and down rows left to go. But just to quickly show you, jumping into the yield map, preparation is key. It really is. So this was a sea of orange previously with, I think the tops, it was about 80–85%. But we have a sea now of pretty much around 100%, a couple of 95s. But we do also have a good chunk of 110, 115, and right up to 125 there as well. So that's pretty much really good. So it just goes to show you that the spreading of nitrogen and lime and all that kind of stuff really does do wonders. Now we've got presently over in the silo, we have got 58,501 litres, so currently worth €16,822 sorry, but obviously it's not for sale, it's to feed the pigs. So yeah, but just like I say, it just goes to show you, for those of you who are relatively new to FarmSim 25, it's definitely worth spreading your nitrogen and doing your lime as well. So, like I say, not long to go. Only a little bit, so I'll pick you up very soon when the job's done. Right then, this is the last of it. We've got 15,403 litres behind us in the trailer, bringing the grand total of what we've got here, plus what's in the silo, to 88,839 litres. Now just listen to this thing, it's a beast. When it's under load going up a hill, it sounds mega, it really does. But this is why I chose to use this tractor and not the Fiat again, just because I had a plan for using this little bit of the farm here to get us up to the silo. So we really do need the extra power that this thing has got. It is a capable tractor, that little Fiat, don't get me wrong. But I just think this Fendt is just an all-round better tractor for the job. So let me just concentrate here on getting this thing in. There we are, right up to the tip grate. Carefully does it. There we go. Nice. Very good. So we'll just get this in and see what stock check tells us it's worth. Not that it matters, because like I said before, we're not going to be selling it. Where are we? €25,588 worth. So that's all good. But yeah, 88,839 litres of pig food. So that's all good. Now, of course, we still also do have a load of straw swaths in the field to get picked up. Now, that will be we'll be getting that done in the next episode, no doubt, or possibly the one after. I'm not too sure. We'll see how we go, because, like I said before, obviously thinking about bringing this series somewhere to an end at some point. We still, like I said, I'm going to get all of the harvesting done. We're going to get all the work done that we need to do. I think next on the list, jumping into the PDA very quickly. There you go. That's a nice yield map in it compared to what it was. But yeah, next on the list, I think, is going to be the canola in field 50. And then it's going to be the sorghum and the wheat then. And then the soybeans following up behind. And then the apples probably at the very last, because they look like they're... Where are we up to with the growth calendar, the crop calendar? Apples are October, yeah. So where are we? Canola is... Where are we there? July, August. Yeah, it's going to be July for the canola and for the wheat. There we are. Yeah. And then the sorghum is going to be August. Yeah, there we go. And then the soybeans are going to be a month or so. Yeah, so it looks like the soybeans and the apples are going to be October time. So yeah, still all that to do before I do bring this series to an end. But I may well, speed things up a little bit and just jump in between and sort those out. Episode by episode, month by month. But yeah, so plenty of straw to pick up here, and we've still got 205,000 litres of straw over in the bale and pallet storage facility there on the farm, so we don't need to worry about hoarding this for the future. I think we will be able to get this baled up and get them sold and get a bit of money. The 200,000 litres that we've got over in the storage facility there is worth just over €8,000. So no idea what we'll get out of this, but it could be about the same somewhere like that. But we shall see. We shall see. But anyway, for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to call it here. Thank you very much for watching. I really do hope you have enjoyed the episode and found it a bit of fun. If you're new to the channel and you've enjoyed the video and you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting the subscribe button and jumping on board, joining the channel. Please hit that like button too, as it does do wonders. It really does help the YouTube algorithm do its thing. If you like the idea of supporting the channel, there are a couple of ways you can do that. There is my Giants Partner promo code if you're looking to purchase Farming Simulator 25 or any of its add-ons or DLCs. There's coffee.com if you'd like to buy me a coffee. And there is also my G-Portal affiliate link if any of you are looking to purchase a multiplayer server to play with your mates. All the links to these will be in the video description below, and as always, any help and support there is massively appreciated. So, thank you very much for your time again, ladies and gentlemen. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.